Hi everyone. I had a NLSAT 2022 interview scheduled today. The interview was just over. The panel consisted of Sudhir Krishnamurthy and Rashmi Venkateshan, and there was one more person. I'm not sure of her name. Only two people asked the questions. It was very brief. I was expecting to go for at least 15 minutes, but I think it was over in 7 8 minutes. Uh, Sudhir Krishnamurthy sir asked questions on my resume, which I had uploaded earlier. So I think he had already looked into the resume. He said, "You have spent good number of years in the corporate. Uh, you could have designed electronic chip, which could have revolutionized the world. And then, why are you switching into law?" I said that I wanted to work on bigger issues which are relevant for the society. It was my personal interest to see uh, people being benefited out of my work. Designing a chip is challenging, and then yes, that could have done so many good things to the world. But um, corporate work for profits may not always look into the public interest. That was my answer. I had appeared to the Karnataka Public Service exam. So he asked me about the scheme of exam, to what stage I could able to reach to, etc. I answered that question. Then he asked me to speak about NLSIU exam pattern. I said it was a very good paper, as you might have said, put a lot of thoughts, and then it was kind of an UPSC exam in one shot. UPSC exam also has MCQs, and in the later stages, it has descriptive and also essay. I think it was interesting to address all the challenges in one shot. It was very challenging exam. That's what my answer. Um, so later, Rashmi Venkateshan took over. Those were the questions from Sudhir sir. That's all. And then he also asked like why you are very specific into the law. I said that my goal to work on bigger challenges and the issues relevant to the society is still intact. Uh, NLS provides a range of opportunities. I can take up the litigation and stand with the people, or I can get into the policy formulation, and can also work for NGOs. There are a lot of opportunities which comes with NLS. So that's why, and it is very relevant to my ambitions in the career. That was my response. Then the Rashmi ma'am asked the questions on major policy issues that are in the trend. So she asked like, what is the policy issues do you think very much relevant or the India is facing? I said that in general there are policy issues in the gender, health, especially malnutrition and employment. Those are the major things. She also asked me to spoke on any one issues or any policies which you are aware of. At at that time, I could think of gender issues, and then I couldn't actually think of policies. I could have said there are a lot of government schemes, but something which clicked to my mind was a triple talaq issue. I just said that triple talaq was a landmark judgment where it tries to unset some of the issues where the minority women have been victimized. Um, then it also tries to set a level playing field and then give a relief, etc. Then she said, if the woman had a chance to say triple talaq thrice, would you agree with that? Because the men had it. Would you agree with that? That was her question. I said, equality is not making one to one. Equality is not about transferring or shifting the privileges to another section. The earlier men had the privileges to say it, and then it doesn't make it doesn't make any sense, or it is not prudent to shift the same thing or to make the woman do the same thing. So It has to happen through a mediation. It has to go through the procedure, so that only the issues and the justice can be addressed. That was my response, and those were her questions. And then interview was concluded. It was very brief. uh, I was waiting to be let into the Zoom call since 2:15 p.m. And then I was admitted to the call around 3:10, and by 3:20 my interview was over. So this was my brief experience with NLSAT 2022 interview. Hope it helps to other candidates. You can comment about this session, and also comment if you have any questions. Thank you.